Nicky Hawkins, outside the London Stadium, West Ham Fan TV. I started the day off by saying it wasn't a very good performance, but I've sort of changed my mind, Mike. It was a decent performance, but not the result we quite needed.
Honestly, I feel gutted not to have won that game, because the way that we started the game, we were all guns a-blazing, really. We were all over them that first half, really all over them. And I thought, there's only one team. This is like, it looked like almost like a training ground exercise at times. It looked like men against boys. And thing is with Bournemouth, they know how to catch teams on the break. I thought, up to the point when, before we conceded the goal, I thought even to that point, I don't think Callum Wilson played all that well today, really. I thought we kept him at bay quite well. But it was just like from, us conceding, it was like a moment from agony to ecstasy in the space of a minute. Us conceding, and then 1 minute later, perfect response. But then it almost looked like it was just like we were either afraid to go forward or we'd just run out of ideas. And Bournemouth, and I do think when we lost Lanzini, and we lost a bit of the midfield, a little bit, I think. I did notice a bit of a change. Arnautovic obviously played a key part, I think, in the build-up to our equaliser. But I don't think he had his best game for us, really. I think he could have been better utilised today, really. I think Bournemouth didn't really have I don't think they had the intent to really come here and win the game. I think they'd have been quite happy with a draw before we started, really, before the first whistle. But I'm frustrated because obviously I had this one down as a not a home banker, but I said I was confident coming into this game. But like I said, on Tuesday, we're West Ham, we don't make it easy for ourselves, do we?
As the last gentleman just said, it's important not to lose to the teams around you. That's as important as getting the win.
But the thing is, I know people say, respect the point and all that, but for goodness sake, we're at home. I had a bit of a different view today. I was up in the heavens. I'm usually down in the lower stand. I had quite a panoramic view, and it was quite a good view, and I could see quite a lot of what was going on. I want to say I've got to single out obviously some players for us that I thought could perform well for us. Noble, that's one of the best performances of late that I've seen from him, probably at home for us. Defence was relatively solid. I thought Ginge is Ginge at the end of the day, does what he has to do. Zabaleta bombing up and down the wing. Masaraku not so great today, not really too effective. But what worries me the most is obviously Lanzini went off injured. From what I read, it was a tight hamstring, so it just all depends how severe that is. And obviously Cresswell, initially I thought from where I was it looked like it was maybe just cramp. It looks a bit more serious than that, and he's a key player for us. He's a key player, so we've got some injuries mounting up now. But like you said, I agree that obviously, well, look, I'm not going to stand there and say we respect the point, because I think that Bournemouth are, I said it before,
You're not respecting the point, Mike.
I am, but I would have respected the win more, because these are our bread and butter teams. These are our teams that they should be coming here and we should be putting them away. And to have that much, I'd love to see the possession stats, but to have that much possession in the first half and then not really do much with it, it's just a bit like, just like wasted chances. And I don't think. I'm trying to remember in the first half, what clear-cut or chances Bournemouth had. Maybe in the first half they got weak, probably about 5-6 minutes in, or got called offside, or got called a foul in the. I think it was offside when either a foul or offside they were going forward and they could have broke. I think one of their players could have broke. But as I say, I don't really think there was any. That was his name, 24, Ryan Fraser, seems to love the knack of scoring against us at the moment. I'm just glad it wasn't Callum Wilson that scored today. But look, obviously our focus now shifts to the FA Cup. Ain't going to be an easy game against Wigan, as Bournemouth got taught quite a lot.
They want to be dispatching that quite quickly, seeing as we've got Crystal Palace coming up on Tuesday.
Yeah, obviously the league's still the priority. I think if we go there, and I'm not going to say play for the draw, but if we go up there and we give a good performance, I think we're probably going to see a similar side to what played against Shrewsbury in both first and the second game. It'll be a mixture of youth and experience, and then obviously against Palace, maybe depending on, as I say, how bad the injuries are, we can have like Lanzini back and we can have like Cresswell back. Hopefully they're not bad injuries. I mean, I don't know. Obviously, Antonio's still injured at the moment. I mean, I don't know how long it's going to be to come back. Obviously, losing. Well, people know my thoughts this week about Carroll. I think Carroll's is obviously out. I mean, I think it's about 4 to 6 weeks now, isn't it? Could be longer. Quite honestly, I think the moment that story broke, and I believe there's no smoke without fire, I think we should have got rid of him. But then obviously it would have became evident in the medical at Chelsea that, you know, like that he's got an injury. So, but look, I mean, obviously the Premier League is the most important thing at the moment. As I say for the record, and I'll say it once, to say it again, I don't think we'll go down. Honestly, I don't think we'll go down. I think I don't want to coin the phrase too good to go down, but I don't think we'll go down. I think we've got too much quality in our side. I still do think we need a few signings. Yeah. Maybe with that Lanzini injury, it's actually maybe a blessing in disguise, because now, I mean, if he wanted that move to Liverpool, wherever he maybe wanted to go, perhaps. I mean, I'm obviously only intimating.
To be honest with you, mate, I'm going to cut you short there because I'm going to freeze to death for one.
You want to wear these?
Yeah, I am literally going to freeze to death. But second of all, I'd rather him be playing and earning us points and sitting on the injury table just to stave off Liverpool.
Oh, completely. Yeah, I mean, look, he showed how valuable he was against West Brom. At the end of the day, he's still our player, but I don't like the fact that he cannot go. I don't actually remember a season when he's actually been at the club and he's actually managed to stay injury-free a whole season. I mean, it's not on, and how much he's on and everything. And these players steal they steal a living. Basically, they just steal a living, and like it just winds me up. But look, I mean, as I say, let's focus on the next game. We've got to take each game by game now, and like Palace obviously is going to be a different game now because they've just got thumped. What was it, 4-1 by Arsenal? So we'll see what happens. That's like Tuesday week, so we'll see what happens. But
all right, mate.
Come on, you Irons.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Nicky.
Cheers, pal.
Thanks a lot.